Welcome to this week's BalconyTV Exeter, coming from Samuel Jones on the Quay. Joining us this morning, great to welcome Austel to the balcony. How are you doing?
We're good, thanks. Thanks for having us.
You're welcome. What are you going to play for us?
We're going to play a song called CROWS.
Go for it.
I don't have to go where you go. I don't have to speak when you don't. I don't have to go where you go. I don't have to speak when you don't. I don't have to go where you go. I don't have to speak when you don't. I don't have to go where you go. I don't have to speak when you don't. I'll just sit back and watch the crows. I don't have to go where you go. I don't have to speak when you don't. I don't have to go where you go. I don't have to speak when you don't. I'll just sit back and watch the crows.
Beautiful. Oh my God, what a great take on that track. Really nice, much more ethereal than the original sort of studio version, right?
Yeah, it's nice to play around with a more stripped back version.
Absolutely. So tell us about. I hesitate to use the word rebrand, but I mean it kind of is, isn't it? You've taken off on a different tack. Austel now, people are going to recognise Annie Rousseau from previous shows. How's it kind of changed your songwriting and your sort of direction? And
I think, yeah, it's just, it was a very natural kind of thing to like change sound. I think I'd never kind of felt like I'd found the right sound. Right. We started working together a couple of years ago, and
Because Adam's your producer, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I should
Yeah.
say,
But yeah, so we were playing around in the studio and just working out, playing around with some different sounds and stuff, and it just really worked. It kind of went off in a very different direction quite quickly and easily. I think we work very well together. Adam obviously comes from a more music tech background as well, so I think those elements have started to really influence it as well.
It's much more kind of cinematic, I feel. You're kind of using your voice as a bit more of a kind of instrument, really. You're getting, there's some more sort of drones in there. There's a lot of textures you're using with your voice, certainly on the new material, anyway. Yeah,
I've been really inspired by a lot of artists that do that, and it's just been really fun to experiment more with that, really.
I guess as a producer, the temptation is to keep layering it up with this sort of ambience, is it?
No, it's more to create space.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think that's the one thing we've really tried to do, is to try and pull away a lot of instrumentation and put a lot of space into the music. Let things like Annie's vocal shine through.
Yeah, shine through. Yeah, well, it works really, really well. Austel, I should say, is a town in Cornwall, and I guess that's the connection. Maybe you're driving down to Cornwall quite a lot.
Yeah,
it works really well, doesn't it? It's a great name.
Yeah, it was a nice kind of little nod to where I come from, this area of the world, I guess.
I was in a band called Indian Queens years ago,
which
is another town in Cornwall. Dreadful name, dreadful band. Actually, Austel's much better. Yeah. Great. So where can we find you then, Annie? What's coming up next then? What's sort of gig-wise? Have you got?
So we've got a few shows in London. So we've got a couple of intimate shows in September, and then a big show in December on the 10th at the Waiting Room in Stoke Newington.
Yeah. Is that to coincide with the release or anything you got?
No, it's just like a big celebratory end of year show with the full band. But we are working on some new music as well. So we've just released the first EP, Unfold, and that's obviously out everywhere at the moment, and there's still a few little bits and bobs coming from that. And then we've just started to work on a new EP.
Great.
So that'll be coming out sometime next year.
Some great imagery with it. It's very sort of monotone, isn't it? You're sticking to that sort of monotone
I like
theme.
My black and white, for sure.
Yeah. Well, it works.
Thank you. That's been a really important element of it all, actually, for me, is having the all-encompassing visual things going alongside.
And throwing aspects of your other artistic sort of pursuits as well. Your sort of 2D drawing and stuff.
Yeah, and actually I've worked with some amazing photographers and videographers and all of that as well. It's all felt like part of the big artistic project. Yeah.
Awesome stuff. Good luck with it. Hope it works.
Where
can we find you again? It's austel.com?
Yeah, austelmusic.com, and then any tags on Instagram or Facebook or anything is at Austel Music.
Awesome. Austel, check them out. Absolutely brilliant. Thanks again, guys. Cheers. Thanks to our venue, Samuel Jones. We'll see you next time. Cheers.